Hello. Today I will introduce the health and fitness area for me. And as a disclaimer again, I'm no expert and I'm in no way connected to any of the products that I'm talking about. I'm only share what I learned and what helped me. So hopefully it will help you too. First of all, I would like to start off with the sleep topic. I feel that sleep is very vital for your health and for your fitness. And in today's day and area, there are many sleep problems. And I have like 4 ways to improve your sleep instantly. The first would be to have a morning and a night ritual. And you do that in order to get your circadian rhythm in order, because humanity has been existing for 10,000 years now. And electricity has only been around for a few hundred, or like not a few hundred, but 100 years and so. And the thing is with our phones and screens and lights, especially like the phone lights, like the blue lights, they are very similar to the sun in a way that when we look at phones during the night, our body thinks the sun is still up. Therefore, the production of the sleep hormone melatonin is reduced. That decreases the quality of sleep, and easiest way to fix that is just either not use any screens 1 hour before bed and get like just in the sun in the morning. And as if you do have to be on your phone, you can get one of those glasses. They are called blue light filter glasses, and they filter most of the blue light out of the screens. This is like a solution, but it's still not optimal. It's still better to just avoid screens altogether. Another important aspect to avoid sleep is not to avoid drugs when you want to sleep better. Like the obvious choice is caffeine for that, because caffeine is literally blocking, like making you more awake, so you cannot sleep. And I think with caffeine it has a half-life of 6 hours, I believe. So it's best not to drink caffeine like 6 hours before you sleep. Like obviously the earlier you stop drinking caffeine, the better your sleep is, but 6 hours is a time that has been mentioned before and before. Alcohol is another thing, and like weed, they kind of go together, because some people say, hey, that helps me fall asleep, and that part is correct. The problem is that the quality of your sleep decreases when you're intoxicated, and you just have less REM sleep and less deep sleep. That means you don't recover as well. The last 2 aspects to improve your sleep instantly would be to eat smarter and to exercise in the morning. And to the eating part I will get later, and exercise I will too, but because I'm mentioning exercise in the morning especially, it's important because first of all, after exercise you usually shower, and when you have like a cold shower, for example, there are lots of positive health benefits there as well. And also when you exercise or when you sweat very early in the morning, you develop something called BDNF, which is like brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And what it does is it repairs cell damage done by stress. So how cool is that? If you exercise in the morning, your brain is literally regenerating. So okay, next topic is what's the best diet for everyone. And I'm not speaking in diet of restricted terms, just in general eating habit terms. As a general rule, you should just know what you eat. And what I mean by that is, I think many of you have seen the video on how chicken McNuggets are made, and that there's like all sorts of things in there, like even fiber, texture and stuff like that. And that's just in general like a bad lead, because when you don't know what's in there, that's usually a problem. And also you should know, not only know what you eat, but also what the food that you ate. So what I mean by that is, if a cow, for example, was fed many antibiotics, and you eat like part of that cow now, you also eat part of the antibiotics. And if you continuously do that, you will develop an immunity against that antibiotics, or you can develop an immunity against that. That makes it very dangerous when you have like surgery or so, and you actually are in need of those antibiotics, and if they just don't work, that's usually a problem. Another thing is just balance your diet. What I mean by that is there are certain food groups that are necessary for your health, like carbohydrates, nutrients. I'm no food expert here, and I don't pretend to be, so it's probably better if you go to a reliable source for that. There are like just plenty on the internet. In general, just don't just eat apples like Steve Jobs, because that's not the healthiest, even though apples tend to keep the doctor away. Then another thing about diet, which has been I guess misunderstood by some, is the understanding of calorie intake versus calories burned. And what it basically, it's a very simple concept. And like when you eat 2,000 calories and you burn 1,500, you usually tend to gain weight. If you burn more than you eat, like through exercise for example, then the general rule of thumb is that you will lose weight. This process will increase when your nutritions are also on point. It means your body has what it needs to recover and regenerate. But in general rule of thumb is when you want to lose weight, just eat less than you burn. Hope I said that correctly now. And another thing, or the last thing about the best diet for you is just find out what food is best for you. Like, people are very individuals, and not the same food is good for everyone. For some spinach might be a superfood, for others the digestion might not work properly in order to consume the spinach, and like the reverse is also true. So you can do that by just experimenting, like see how you react after eating certain foods. Or you could also do something called biome, which I've touched in the last video, and I'm only going to touch briefly now because this is a whole video by itself. And what it does is just it scans your microbiomes in your gut and then determines which food would benefit your gut the most. So this wraps up the best diet for everyone, and we will just get to the next one. So this is actually one of my favorite topics. It's the benefits of exercises, because I love exercising. I've been doing it since I'm 14. Obviously, different amounts of exercise apply when you're at a younger age. Probably have overdone it a little. But in general, it's so why does not everyone exercise, right? And people say, oh yeah, I don't have the energy for that. That's a fair point. The cool thing about exercise is, so when you deplete your whole energy throughout the day, the body thinks, oh, that wasn't enough. Tomorrow I will provide more. And if you deplete that too, you'll get even more energy. So you kind of stack that on top of each other, and this way you will just like have more energy throughout the day. And then at some point when you cannot go to the gym or like cannot exercise, you actually like you will just have so much energy because it's like not getting released, and your body has actually too much energy, and then the next day you will have a little less. But in general, when you just keep having a normal exercise routine, you will slowly generate more energy throughout your day. So that's a really cool thing. Another side effect, or I wouldn't say it's side effect, but another benefit is an increase in longevity. So I'd like to quote one of my favorite quotes from Theodore Roosevelt here. We must either wear out or rust out, every one of us. My choice is to wear out. So what he means by that is usually when you have a machine, right? The body is very similar to a machine in very different levels, but I don't want to go too in depth that now. But when you see the body as a machine, and for example, you don't use the machine for 20 years, or let's take a car, you don't use a car for 20 years, and then you try to start it. It's very, the chances of it not starting at all are quite high actually. But what if you like every day you like drive it and take care of it, do the maintenance, change the oil, just keep it in top shape. Then after 20 years the car will still be running, no problem whatsoever. So what Theodore Roosevelt meant by that is, if you just don't take care of your body, it will slowly degenerate. Like what you don't exercise, it fatigues. So if you just are keeping up the shape of your body and you keep exercising, it will run so much longer when you just like ignore it and ignore the maintenance and all sort of things. And that kind of connects to the next thing, is just understanding your own body. Like when you exercise and you move your body, that's usually what exercise consists of. Moving your body, you tend to get to know your body more. You know, for example, when you do some table tennis, then you know where to, everything just seems to become easier. You move quicker, you become more reactive. When like a bottle falls, you will have the reaction time to catch it mid-air, and so it will just feel easier, everything. Like every movement becomes less stressful and just more ease. And the final part of the benefits for exercise is just fun. Like honestly, when so many like obviously team sports are more fun for the most people because you also have the interaction with other people, but sports doing alone can also be like tremendous fun. For example, I'm doing calisthenics, and just reaching a higher skill set and like being able to do exercise that you haven't been able to do a few weeks ago, or just instead of 10 push-ups you can do 15 by now. This is such a confident boost, and I would never want to miss that in my life. So this is all the exercises that I came up with, and let's see what else we can do to improve our health and fitness. For the last part on how to just increase your fitness and improve your well-being in that sort, is to just take care of your own health. So what the easiest way to do that is probably to treat the cause instead of treating symptoms. And I'd like to elaborate that with a little story. So imagine a lifeguard, right? And the lifeguard sees one person close to drowning. So he goes, swims, saves that person. But as soon as he is on land, he sees a second person. Because he's like a really good lifeguard, he goes in the water, saves the second person as well. But then he sees two more people, and he's like, what's going on? But he just is dutiful and then goes and saves another two more persons. Then he's like really exhausted and can hardly like make it back to the shore, and then sees another two people. He's like, what's going on? And then he realizes that far off the beach there's a shipwreck, and like a bunch of people come swimming towards the shore and need assistance. So if he were to just like look for the cause, for the original cause, he could identify, hey, there's a shipwreck, there are a bunch of people coming, I should probably get a boat instead of saving them one by one. And what he did instead was just treat the symptoms of the cause. And that's what a lot of people do with painkillers, for example. That leads to the second thing. So let's say you took the advice and did more exercise, and you say you always like watching soccer, so you give it a try, start playing soccer, and then you injure yourself. But your coach says, hey, you got to play tomorrow, and then you say, well, I'm injured, coach, I can't play. It's like, oh, don't worry about it, just take those painkillers. Then you take the painkillers, and then you're like, oh wow, I don't feel pain anymore, because that's the purpose of painkillers. So you go and play on the next Saturday, and because you didn't feel the pain and you didn't listen to your body that was like, hey, there's an injury, you should take care of that, you make the injury worse. And then you need more painkillers, and your recovery time is increasing every time when you ignore the cause. So the damage just racks up the longer you ignore it. And that is also true to pills in general. Like, the addiction of pills has become a big problem, not only in America but all over the world. And let me show you a small example how pill addiction can develop. So for example, you wear your phone at night, and we already established that this usually doesn't make you sleepy, so but you still have to sleep, so you say, I just take a sleeping pill. And you take the sleeping pill, in the morning you have a headache, because those are like negative side effects that a sleeping pill can have. And then you say, I can really have a headache, I have an important meeting today. So you take another pill for headaches. This disrupts your stomach now, and then you say, I cannot, now I have stomach pain, this is also not good for the meeting. But you also have a pill for stomach pain. And then you take that also, so you're already 3 pills in. And because you've like already taken 3 pills and your body is like super confused what's going on now, because like nothing is as it's supposed to be, then he just basically shuts down, and so you don't have any energy. You're like, I need the energy for this meeting, so you take also like a pill that boosts up your energy, which then leads to you not being able to sleep at night. So the cycle continues, and the longer you do that, the more likely you will continue to do the cycle. So this is just like, don't just look at the symptom, just look at the cause, and then you can treat it and actually be cured by it, not just fight symptom after symptom, because this is a fight you will not be winning. And then the last point is to just take care or learn how to deal with stress, because stress makes you not only slow but also dumb and stupid. Because when you're stressed, you're in a fight or flight mode, and that means you just prepare to run away from a saber-toothed tiger, or hide, or just stand still. But it's not good for environments where you have to think, for example in work. So when your work is very stressful, you should have some form of exercise that releases some of that stress. I will go in depth on that later on a different video, but just this is all for it now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I've made some adjustments. I still appreciate every comment and criticism, as long as it's productive and not just hateful. So I'm looking forward to doing those videos. I hope you learned something, and let me know what you think of the adjustments. Alright, see you soon.